Hi, my name is Gabriel Madnick, and this is my pitch for House of Caesar. This is my Nonno, Cesare Cotugno. He was an Italian immigrant that came to the US with nothing and built something great. Now that something great was his hair salon, House of Caesar. He always gave his clients the best of the best. Now whether that was the latest styles, best prices, great availability, or even great products. My grandfather and I were really close, but unfortunately he passed to cancer a couple years ago. Now I refuse to let his passion for the beauty industry and his legacy die with him. So that's why I'm creating House of Caesar, an app that takes into account his core values and uses his salon's name. At its core, it's a scheduling app, but one that is so much different and so much better than the rest that are out there. Scheduling today sucks, it's dated, and it hasn't been changed in forever. Most of these scheduling apps aren't even niche in the beauty industry, so they can't cater their platform to your habits like House of Caesar does. You can't request multiple offers from the professionals around you to make sure you're getting the best price and availability for your specific appointment. They don't even have a social element that makes the experience fun, like being able to request or recommend styles from friends. Now, this is especially surprising considering we're living in a time where we are more connected than ever. So that's why House of Caesar allows you to make group appointments with friends and even share or recommend styles with each other. But the thing that bugs me the most, and the thing that should bug you the most, is that they're not even paying attention to their professionals or their users. Because if they were, they would know that professionals and users have transitioned to using photos to describe appointment outcomes. Now, this is to make sure that nothing's misunderstood in translation when you're explaining what you want. Photo-based requesting is the future. This allows the beauty professional to know exactly what you want to achieve from your appointment before you even walk in the door. This saves the professional tons of time in pre-service consultation and ensures the consumer that they're not going to be misunderstood and risk a bad hair month. But what makes House of Caesar truly special is that it also allows you to send your appointment request to all the beauty professionals on the app in your area. Now, we do this through geographical radius functions similar to what Uber uses when you request a ride. So let me show you how it works. A user gets on the app and begins their request. That request is comprised of a picture of what you have now, as well as a picture of what you want to achieve from your beauty appointment. Next is your preferred date and time, as well as your mile radius. And in this example, it's 6 miles. This request gets sent out to all the available hairdressers in that 6-mile radius, and they get back to you with their best price and best availability for your specific appointment. You then get to choose who's best for you, and you can even go into each respondent's profile to look at their reviews, their portfolio, and their specialties to see who's the right match for you. Once you make your choice, the appointment is booked and placed into the calendar. So House of Caesar is for the consumers that want everything they need in the palm of their hands. It's for the consumers that hate walking out of their beauty appointments feeling disappointed. It's for those that want the latest styles and the best prices and availabilities for them. House of Caesar is for my generation, the generation that wants what they want and wants it now. But it's also for the professionals coming out of beauty school looking for a new way to build their book. It's even for the existing professionals looking to do the exact same thing. It's for the professionals that want to know exactly what you want before you even step in the door. And most importantly, it's for those professionals that want to keep their chairs full and their customers happy 100% of the time. House of Caesar is going to start out by targeting hairdressers in PA, New Jersey, and New York on the professional side, and young women in those same areas, ages 18 to 30 years old. Now, those numbers are what you see in those pink triangles below. I like to call this phase 1 of House of Caesar's target market. And I say this because House of Caesar's true potential not only spans across the whole United States, but also across multiple market segments in beauty like nails, makeup, and brows. But as mentioned, we're starting small to ensure market acceptance. So the industry's changing, and as you can see, House of Caesar is positioned to take full advantage of it. Like I mentioned previously, House of Caesar is going to primarily focus on PA, New Jersey, and New York. As you can see in the heat map below, the dark green areas show the highest concentration of hairdressers across the US. The next strategic move would be to partner with Empire Beauty Schools. Now they have 86 total schools across the US, and I've contacted them and already spoke about how they would feel about my platform. Now I asked, well, how would you feel about a platform that helps your students build their book upon graduation? And they said something like that would be great for their students. So I would provide subscriptions to all their graduating students each year at 30% off the original price of $15 a month. Finally, we target college campuses because not only does word of mouth spread like wildfire across these places, but college students benefit from competitive pricing and availability. It also exposes them to all the shops around them, which is especially useful if they're moving far away from home. House of Caesar will have its finished prototype by the end of April and will also be filing its provisional patent for its IP. The app will begin its final development in June and will be finished just in time for beta testing in a secured salon with over 75 clients. Following launch, House of Caesar will begin its college tour as well as launch its social media campaign. Now, this will also be followed by the deployment of our sales force in October. HOC then begins its paid services in January of 2021 and breaks even by early March. House of Caesar is going to launch as a free service in 2020 to ensure high downloads and accessibility upon launch. Starting in 2021, House of Caesar will charge professionals $15 a month or $150 per year on an auto-renewal subscription basis. Now, this app is going to be completely free for users as we'll generate ad revenue from product recommendations sent to each user's inbox once per week. Now, as you can see, House of Caesar will have 15,400 professionals and 50,000 users by the end of 2022, as well as that contract deal with Empire for all 86 of their schools across the US. Now, I'm extremely confident in these numbers, not only because of the aggressive marketing campaign or the sales force, but also from the opinions from the consumers that I've surveyed. Now, as well as the beauty students and the beauty professionals existing in my family today. Now, so far we've surveyed 53 out of our 1,000 college student target, and upon pitching these people the app, I got a 100% would download rating from my consumers. They love the ease of use and the social elements, as well as how well it fit into their current lifestyle. Now, this didn't surprise me since it was predicated on their current behaviors. Now, the professionals in my family, as well as the beauty school students, really like the fact that they could build their book, fill their chairs, and gain insights to what their customers wanted before they even got into the shop. And here's a great example of why they care. House of Caesar operates at a 97% gross margin, and its average net profits before taxes for 2021 and 2022 is 70%. The app takes a loss in 2020, mainly due to the free operation, as mentioned in the go-to-market section. But upon charged services, you can see House of Caesar begins showing healthy growth and return on sales. Now, these projections are based on those user and professional milestones previously mentioned. In the event that House of Caesar has to rely solely on its subscription revenue due to a lag in the Empire contract and/or ad negotiations, you can see that adjusted earnings still show positive net profits before tax for 2021 and 2022. House of Caesar currently has one other equity holder, and that would be Tim Logue, our Chief Tech Officer. He'll be leading the development of HOC with over 12 years of experience in software design and development. I, Gabriel Madnick, will function as CEO as well as put my finance degree from Temple to use to oversee the finances. House of Caesar is currently in pursuit of a third equity partner that will be able to assume the role of CSO or CMO. Now, below you see our advisors. Alfonso Cotugno is a salon professional and owner that will be our direct link to the beauty industry. Bo Birdwell is Vice President of USI Insurance and a member of Broad Street Angels. Kimberly McGlon is a founder and CEO of her own startup, Grant Boulevard, a sustainable fashion company. And lastly, we have Bob Rajewski, who's an industry professional in real estate, but has specialties in project management and finances. So House of Caesar projects a need for $250,000. Now, most of those funds will go to the first year's operations to cover the loss in 2020. A large portion of those operating expenses is marketing, sales, and cash burner incentives. Now, this is great because we could dial those back if we feel that the company is hemorrhaging cash too quickly and not benefiting from the potential growth that we foresee. Now, we also leave room for excess capital, which is great for either a growth opportunity or even an unexpected expense. So thank you so much for listening to my story, and I look forward to the journey that makes House of Caesar a household name.